ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. I'm thankful to the temple management to give me this opportunity to speak on the chapter 5 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. I seek the blessing of the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavi present over here. Chapter 5 is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is the much misunderstood word in India. People think that taking care of their family, if they are doing that, then that is Karma Yoga. What to speak about Karma Yoga? The taking care of family job may not fall under Karma itself if the activities are not in line with the Karma Kanda section of Veda. We all know the story of Dashyatnakar, who is a previous life of Valmiki Muni. He also argued the same with Narad Muni that he knows to take care of his family, and the occupation he knows is to steal people. If this activity is not offered to Krishna, then it is considered a sin. A simple thing. We all eat food. It's a day-to-day activity. In the 3rd chapter, 13th shloka, Krishna while explaining Karma Yoga, clearly speaks, who prepare food for their sense-enjoyment, verily eat only self. Just doing karma or so-called good karma still bounces in the material world. Maximum we will go to heaven. When we cook food and we offer it to the Lord, it becomes Yagna Shishta. Krishna says, Yagna Shishta Sina Santo Jante Sarva Kilbishai. Yagna Shishta of the food taken after the performance of Yagna. Asina means who eat. Santa, the devotees. Muchante Sarva Kilbishai. Get relief from all kinds of sin. When we do the same activity for Krishna, that becomes devotional service. That is why Prabhupada has translated that Karma Yoga as devotional service. But we should understand that Karma Yoga is different from Bhakti Yoga. In the 1st chapter, Arjuna has told 5 reasons why he cannot fight. In the 2nd chapter, Krishna gave the knowledge in summary. After hearing that, in the 3rd chapter, Arjuna asked that if jnana is better than fruitive activities, then why Krishna wants Arjuna to engage in this ghastly warfare? The self-realized person activities are self-illuminated. He no longer has any obligations to Vedic injunctions. But Arjuna misunderstood this. Similarly, in the 4th chapter, Krishna spoke high about knowledge. Especially, Krishna said in the 4.16 to 18 shloka, the intricacies of actions are very hard to understand. In the 40th shloka, Krishna has told that he who sits in the boat of knowledge, he passes the ocean of material world. And in the last shloka, Krishna tells Arjuna to get up and fight. By this, Arjuna gets confused. By simultaneously stressing the importance of both work and devotion and inaction and knowledge, Krishna has again perplexed Arjuna and confused his determination. These are the 4 points we are going to discuss today. First, we'll see why Karma Yoga is better. In the second shloka of the 5th chapter, Krishna has told that Sannyasa and Karma Yoga are both good. But of course, that's the question, which is better? In Krishna's word, Karma Sannyasa, Karma Yoga Vishishyate. Vishishyate means better. In Karma Sannyasa means, in comparison to Karma Sannyasa, Karma Yoga is better or easier. Then in the 3rd shloka, it is told, one should understand factually that nothing belongs to anyone. Then where is the question of renunciation? One who knows that everything belongs to Krishna, then he is in perfect renunciation. If everything belongs to Krishna, then everything should be employed in the service of Krishna. Like this mind. Now I'm talking about Krishna, so it is used in the service of the Lord. So like that, everything should be used in the service of the Lord. This renunciation is better than any amount of artificial renunciation by the student of a Mayavadi school. In the fourth and fifth shloka, Krishna explains the relation between Sankhya philosophy and Karma Yoga. A real student of Sankhya philosophy finds the root of the material world, Vishnu, and with perfect knowledge engages himself in the service of the Lord. So these two are the same, as the aim of both are Vishnu. The real purpose of Sankhya philosophical research is to find the ultimate goal of life. And the ultimate goal of life is self-realization. There is no difference between the conclusions reached by the two processes. In Sankhya philosophy, one has to get detached from the matter, and in devotional yoga process, one has to get attached to the work of Krishna consciousness. 5.6 Sanyasastu mahabaho dukkham aptum ayogataha. After getting detached, we should get attached to devotional service. Jnana is not sufficient for renunciation. Similarly, merely renouncing activities and yet not engaging in devotional service cannot make one happy. Bhurichala Prabhu had mentioned that the side effect of renouncing is the tendency of becoming attached to the renounced life. After renouncing the unfavorable material world, one may tend to renounce spiritual relationships as well. Now we'll see how to perform Karma Yoga. When we are blinking, as we know, the body is functioning automatically. Like we are blinking, we are moving our hands, legs, we are moving around. Like that, we should not be entangled to the action of our actions. Like a person writes a book glorifying the Lord. He glorifies the Lord in that. He does not want to become a famous writer. Like that, we have to sing for the satisfaction of the Lord and not to become a famous singer. In that way, a karma yogi works for a spiritual master and Krishna, and not for all. In this way, one may advance in Krishna consciousness. We should be like while performing karma yoga, we should be like the lotus leaf on water which is untouched by the water. So like that, we have to be unattached to the results of our actions, and we should leave everything on Krishna and He will take care of us. Active purification is like when we serve a devotee, we should not seek for blessings like he give us a big house, etc. So like that, we have to serve for our own purification. The symptoms of a karma yogi. Now, the person who knows that his activities are being carried out by the material nature after being sanctioned by the super soul attains enlightenment through that knowledge. This is an elaboration of the principle briefly mentioned in 3rd chapter 27 shloka. In these 3 shlokas, there is the key of Bhagavad Gita. Like the Bhagavatam explains 10 subjects, like that Bhagavad Gita explains 5 subjects that are Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala and Karma. One who understands the relation of the first 3 and the last 3 isn't real knowledge. And the person who understands the relation of the first 3, he or she can manage with the last 3. Shloka 13 speaks, Jiva is not responsible for the activities of the body. The activities of the body are conducted automatically by a particular modes of nature. Like the human, lion, horse, all act very differently. Shloka 14 says, the modes are doing everything, not the soul. As long as he is in the city of the body, he appears to be the master of it. But actually, he is neither the controller nor proprietor of the actions and reactions of it. He is simply amidst the material ocean struggling for existence. Prabhupada is told in his purport, the waves of oceans are tossing him and he has no control over them. His best solution to get out is out of the water by transcendental Krishna consciousness. That alone will save him from all turmoil. In Shloka 15, it is told that Supreme Lord is not responsible for the actions or reaction of the work. When a living entity is bewildered in his desires, the Lord allows him to fulfill those desires. But the Lord is never responsible for the actions or reactions of the particular situation which may be desired. Now we know that Jiva or Ishvara is not responsible. So here a question comes, is it the modes which attack us as innocent victims and force us to do things that we don't want to? No, it is our desires which are responsible. Or in other words, we are responsible. Once we understand the position of Jiva, Ishvara and Prakriti, we know how the things are working within this world. Once we have that knowledge, we will direct our desires in the right direction and free ourselves from the miseries we are suffering. Like a good doctor who does not only diagnose the diseases but also gives a cure for it. Use of knowledge. One needs to take shelter of the Supreme Lord for liberation. Krishna says, Tat buddhyastat atmanastat nishta tat parayanaha. He has no attraction or aversion to matter. He does not rejoice or lament for material events. Thus he is flawless and impartial like the Lord. Yehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkhayo no evate. Tolerating and checking bodily and mental urges, his happiness, activities and goals are within. He is sinless, works for the welfare of all. He is absorbed in trying for the Supreme, and soon he will reach it. Now we'll see the peace formula. It is told that whoever reads the 29th sloka of the 5th chapter stays in peace. So please repeat the shloka after me. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Shrudam Sarvabhutanam Gyatva Mam Shanti Vrichyati. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam. He knows Krishna is the only real enjoyer. So he does not fight or hanker for things. Sarvaloka Maheshwara. He knows Krishna is the owner of everything, of all. Hence, does not fight for property. Shrudam Sarva Bhutana. In 5.18, already we discussed, he sees everyone at equal level. Hence, he does not have any enemies. So, he is in peace. From this discussion, we can conclude only devotional service can award peace to the human living entity. Now we'll see the chapter summary. Outwardly performing all actions, but inwardly renouncing their foods, the wise man, purified by the fire of transcendental knowledge, attains peace, detachment, forbearance, spiritual vision, and bliss. Till this chapters, Krishna has explained Buddhi Yoga. In the next chapter, Krishna will elaborate on Dhyana Yoga, stages of yoga, perfection of yoga, and the topmost yogi. Hare Krishna.
Shyama. We shall continue our global classes in the